Today I am flying to Da Nang, Vietnam from Ho Chi Minh. It's incredibly popular with expats and tourists. I see it all over social media. Every man and their dog is moving to Da Nang, Vietnam. Let's see if it lives up to the hype.
Alrighty, so I just left the lounge. Pretty chill in there. Got like a little char siu pork noodle and a couple other plates of just random food. But I've just come out here, like you can see out on the runway, and it is pissing down rain. I just heard some thunder. Flight departs in 30 minutes or 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go board the plane. But yeah, fingers crossed, no delays, and it's a smooth flight.
Alright, so I've landed in Da Nang after a few hours worth of delays at the airport. Luckily I just kicked back in the lounge. I went out when the flight was meant to be. Just saw up on the board it was delayed by 2 hours or something, so I went into the second lounge. That was honestly better than the first. It was quite chill. The food was way better, I think. Like, just the buffet options were a bit better. Breezed through the airport, just absolutely flew through there. Quite a small airport. And then yeah, we're driving to the hotel now. My hotel's right on the beach. Unfortunately it's raining out, but yeah, so far it looks pretty nice here. There's quite big buildings and the roads are significantly wider from what I've noticed so far. I've only been in the car about 15 minutes. And here's a look at what $50 US a night gets you in Da Nang, Vietnam. This is a short-term rental, so obviously the value is much better if you're renting monthly, but you get this nice functional kitchen, cooktop, fully stocked on the waters and the little pre-made coffees, this couch, lovely little TV, but yeah, nice bed there. Nice big bathroom, to be honest, big open bathroom. I'll get some better first impressions of Da Nang tomorrow morning. See you then. Alright, so I've arrived in Da Nang. Last night it was a little bit rainy, it's still rainy now, but it's not too bad. It's just like a bit overcast and sprinkling. It's not too bad. I've just pulled up to this cafe here to get a banh mi and a coffee. Look at that banh mi, unbelievable. Pretty huge. And a Americano. Ooh, nice cross section. Yeah, wow. This one's delicious. Nice peppery. The bread's quite a light, crunchy bread. It's not like too thick and tense. Yeah, this is beautiful. So good. The salad just tastes fresh. The meat is delicious. Peppery. Yeah, unbelievable. Alright, I'm going to finish this bad boy off. Alrighty, I've just come down to the beach out front of my hotel. Unfortunately, it's raining just a little bit. It's just sprinkling. I guess it's wet season here in Da Nang, Vietnam. But the banh mi and the coffee I had was delicious. If anyone was curious, the banh mi cost $1.90 US and the coffee was $1.50 US. So not too bad, to be honest. Actually a little bit exy, a little bit expensive in Vietnam prices, but that seemed like a bit of a, I don't know, a bit of a tourist hotspot. Like it was just full of Westerners. So, but it is what it is. The banh mi was delicious. It was pretty large too. The coffee here is actually unbelievable. Incredible coffee. But yeah, have a look at this beach here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Little bars and that on the beach. Pretty chill. It's not much rubbish from what I've seen. There's a little bit. It's really not too bad, to be honest with you. I've seen much worse places, like just covered in rubbish. Even when I was in Vung Tau, which I've done a video about, in a clip in there, I'll chuck it up. You can see there's just rubbish all over the beach, and it's a bit of a shame, but here it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk along this beach, get some steps in for the day. After spending a few weeks here in Da Nang, I've got my final thoughts of this city, and it's actually quite good. The cost of living is extremely low. The locals are super friendly. The air quality is actually very good too, especially for Vietnamese standards. One of my worries before I came here is that it was just going to be overrun with Western tourists, like Englishmen and Americans, because it's all you see on social media is everyone's moving to Da Nang. But I was glad to see there's a super diverse population here, particularly the tourists are very diverse. There's all sorts of different cultures from Asia, there's Chinese people, there's actually a lot of Chinese people, I was surprised, and Koreans and Indians and all sorts of different cultures from every part of the world. Obviously there's Englishmen and Americans and Canadians. But yeah, there's quite a lovely population of foreigners and Europeans, like Frenchmen and German people. It's absolutely beautiful. Along the beach, the air is super fresh.
blue sunny skies. It is honestly super livable here, I think. It reminds me a lot of Australia, like maybe 1/10 of the price and yeah, a quarter of the cleanliness, but it's not something I'm too hung up about. In Vietnam, it's, you know, you got a lot of holes in the roads and divots, and yeah, there's always construction and repair going on because it's a developing country, but that's not something that I really get hung up on, to be honest.